Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a sort of patch analysis on the 7.06 gameplay update that was just released, and just things around the patch 2 I'll be talking about. Firstly, I'd like to say I'm no expert or anything on Dota. This is just my impressions and my theories on the changes that have been made and what we can look to see in the 7.0 patch. Um, in regards to things about the patch, I watched Nahaz's Dota 2 patch analysis on the 7.06 patch this morning. It was the first time I actually watched a Nahaz patch analysis, and I must say I was very impressed. It was a really nice video. I think I learned a lot. The link is in the description of my channel. I think you guys should check it out. 44 minutes, not the longest thing ever, and it's a lot of useful information in there. I liked it a lot. At 7.05, I looked at Purge Gamers at Purge's first impressions. He makes like a 3 hour video. He's done it again for 7.06, and he just talks through the items and stuff as he goes along, and what that soothe calming Purge gamer voice, you know what I mean. So go. I liked his. I haven't checked out the 7.06 one yet. What I usually do with Purge's first impressions, because they're so long, I actually, like, before I go sleep, I load it up, and with Purge's calming voice, I just listen to talk about one or two items or the next two heroes, and then I just fall asleep so nicely after that. Seems kind of funny, but hey, that's what I do, man. It works for me. And then lastly, I want to talk to you guys about the first thing that comes to my mind during when these patches come out. Like, and the thing that comes to my mind is, I don't know if you guys saw that blog Merlini made when the 7.0 patch just came out. It was like a metaphorical blog about Dota 2 as a game and Icefog's patching and the balancing and stuff in general. And just read that and think about that every time a patch comes out, because that's the first thing that comes to my mind every single time a new patch comes out. And I'm just gonna make a bigger shout out I can to Icefrog for making our game probably one of the most balanced games in the world, and I love you for it. You one of the greatest parts of Dota 2 success as a whole. But now, oh yeah, and then last thing I want to mention before I get into my thoughts, impressions, and analysis of this patch is that if you just want to check like cool, like the new 25 talents or like new eggs, animations and that sort of thing, go check up Vikram Reddy's um, Twitter. He has like a whole lot of gifs and stuff on there for like the new Medusa eggs and that sort of thing. This is pretty cool. And yeah, all that stuff I spoke about, links are all in the description. Check it all out. I'm sure you'll like them. But now, let's get into the analysis a bit. We got, firstly, let's look at the general stuff. Deny mechanics, shrines, lanes, neutrals, and creeps in general. Oh, we got attributes here too. Attributes, economy, general changes, respawn talents. Oh, that's spoilers, Get back to the top. Okay, so deny mechanics, right? Creep denies now grant the denying team 30% of the XP bounty. And then normal deny XP increased from 50% of the deny XP go to 70%. So it's like 100% split now. 70 back to the, of course, the normal team. It's creeps. But if you're the denying team, you get 30% XP bonus. Or you get that 30% XP bounty rather. Which is, that's a fairly significant change. Like, it makes heroes like TA and Coiling Blade safe laners like a lot more viable. Like in Nahaz's video, he gives the stats on how much XP you get. So if you're like, let's say you're a safe lane anti-mage at uncontested lane, you're last hitting and denying every creep. Just with the denies alone, you get about an extra level from denying that much. So it's a big buff, or a big change rather, and it really incentivizes. It's an incentive to pick heroes like TA, like heroes who what a lane dominating heroes, especially in the middle lane, to just pick up that extra XP. And I think it's a pretty nice change, hey. A lot of people have been saying they want mechanics and stuff to be a bigger issue in Dota, and there we go. You're getting rewarded for denying now, like on top of just denying your opponent more XP. That's a nice change. I like it. Here's a big one: shrines. Okay, shrines now start on cooldown and become available only at 5 minutes. So that is pretty big, because I mean, offlaners and mids can't just run to their shrine now, and it's big for supports too, right? Because now, like picking a Skyrath mage or ogre or something like that, where you can go to the middle lane and just harass out the enemy mid, is actually viable again. Because before, or sorry, with the introduction of shrines, you go there, you Skyrath, you bust all your mana on the opponent mid, he drops down low, whatever, he just walks up his high ground, pops the shrine, comes back to the middle lane. All that work for nothing, you haven't shut down anything, and on top of that, he still has his salve in his backpack. So, like, that wasn't really a viable strat in this current pre 7.06 patches because just of the mad regen mids had in the shrines. And then for off lanes, obviously off lanes have been broken. I mean, you've seen the off lanes that get picked up, like Legion Commander, Abaddon, these strong lane dominators who can afford to stay in lane. And then when they get shut down and have to bust through their region, you just go back, pop their shrine, and they can go back to doing it again. So that's quite a nerf to off lane. It's actually a massive nerf to off lane and to mids too. And I feel like it makes support's lives just a lot better in the beginning stages of the game, so you can actually lane harass, be it in the off lane or in the middle lane, actually makes a difference. So that's kind of a buff to safe lanes too, because they can actually harass out the off lane now. So like that, you see that classic 1v1 matchup, safe lane versus off lane. It's kind of more fair now because off lane doesn't have the advantage of the shrine, which is pretty cool. Shrine count in base is reduced from 5 to 3. That's great because alright, pushing high ground defense. Okay, some people disagree with me that pushing high ground defense isn't impossible in the last patch, but I thought it was pretty hard to push in to the high ground defense, push Raxes and that sort of thing, and that's largely to do with mad amounts of shrines in base. You just can't fight in base because they just have constant regen. So that's a nice little change from Valve. I like it a lot. Shrine mana regeneration growth per minute is also reduced from 1 to 0.75 per minute? Because the shrine skill as well. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, that is quite a change. So later stages in the game, shrines aren't as effective in the mana department. I'm not sure if that's too big of a change. It's quite a significant change actually. 25% of the shrine GPM, for lack of other term, is taken away. But yeah, that's it for creep mechanics and deny and shrines. In the lanes department, we have, alright, an added extra melee creep in the middle lane for the first 15 minutes. Okay, that's a big change, okay? But I feel like it's not that big of a change in some ways, right? A lot of teams have already been running like their mid laners as their safe laners, okay? So like your mid hero is typically your 1 position. If you think like teams like Team Secret, mid 1 is usually higher GPM. Look at other teams like Alliance, Limp is also like the true 1 position. I think Arteezy is the original guy who started many years ago where like, okay, I'm in the middle lane, but I'm the number 1 position. So already your middle lane heroes are like your true number 1s, especially, okay, not in 7.05, but in 7.04, like Jug and Lifestealer were your main carries, those 2 mid-game carries. And then your mid heroes, you could afford to go for something greedier. So it's already been like mid lane is your true carry lane, but now it really is like that. An extra creep in the middle lane. Yeah, heroes like Medusa and stuff will probably be a lot more viable in the middle lane. Not that they weren't already, but it's pretty good. Creeps meet a bit closer to offlane tower. I'm not perfectly sure what's the difference between with that. I haven't seen it in play yet. I haven't actually got to play a game in 7.06 yet. Feels bad, man. Hopefully I'll get there soon. Creep aggro cooldown increased from 2.5 to 3 seconds. And lane creep's vision is reduced. The aggro cooldown, I'm not sure if there was any trick or something at 2.5 between 2.5 and 3 seconds. I'm sure there was. But I'm sure these top tier mid players will still have something to do and just know how to control that aggro better than anybody else. 150 vision decrease, or reduced rather. Yeah, doesn't seem like that big of a change. Oh, here's my biggest and favorite change from the map. Neutrals now spawn every minute instead of every 2 minutes. Yes. I love that. Okay, so it's kind of back to like old Dota, but they have balanced this in a way that neutrals now give 20% less XP and gold. But this is just crazy, right? The map is now... This is going to be a big change to Dota. Like, one of the biggest for sure. Because... neutrals now spawn all the time. So I think carries that really farm out the jungle really fast, are back in the meta. And now we even have more jungle creeps, like, compared to when we... Before 7.0. Like, you back to that 1 minute spawn time. So heroes like Sven, Luna, that sort of stuff, who can just clear out the jungle in no time, it's just gonna be great again. I think. I think they'll have a really good time, and great for supports too because you can actually stack camps again. This is gonna Dota's gonna be changed quite a lot. I think from the since 7.0 and onwards, this is 7.06 is the biggest patch we've had yet by quite some margin. And yeah, I'm really happy to see that the stacking's back. Fast farming carries are gonna be back in the meta. Oh god, we're gonna have a wave of anti-fun picks. Oh, feels bad, man. Neutrals, okay, we went over this. They give less XP and gold. They balance the extra camps with the 1 minute respawn by giving less XP and gold. But yeah, I think all in all, you're still getting a lot more gold and stuff on the map, which is great. Neutral XP and gold now increase by 2% every 75 minutes. Okay, Nahaz's maths was at the 75-minute mark, you get the same amount of gold that you would have got ordinarily from the creeps, which is, yeah, that's okay. It's kind of balanced though. But I guess in the late game, jungle is a bit more efficient to farm. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Oh. Alright, we got creep changes too. Siege damage type verse structures increased from 150% to 250%. Siege creeps HP increased from 550 to 825. Siege creeps spawn rate reduced from every 7th wave to every 10th wave. Kinda sad. And extra range as siege creep spawn at 40 minutes instead of 45. So there's less siege creeps now, but they do a hell of a lot more damage and the HP is higher. Okay, that's alright. I'm not too stressed about this change at all. Now attributes, okay, all heroes have a strength growth increased by 0.3. So, I mean, my friend says, if all heroes get it, does anybody really get it? But people kind of do, you know what I mean? I mean, if a Shadow Shaman only has 100 HP and a Centaur has 4,000 HP, and you give him 3 more HP, and you give a Rasta 3 more HP, I mean, the Rasta's gonna appreciate it a lot more, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is quite a change. Everybody's a bit tankier now, so I guess, like, I mean, in Dota, it's kind of the way, like, if you get nuked 3 times, you end up gonna die, no matter what you're playing. So, like, makes people a little tankier. It's quite a nice change. I'm not quite sure how it really affects anything, to be honest. Regeneration coming from strength, from HP, per HP point of strength. Also, now we get regeneration coming from strength increase from 0.03 HP per point of strength to 0.06. Okay, so you get more regen from points of HP now. That's pretty cool. Oh, sorry, from strength. That's a little buff to strength heroes and stuff. Reduced base HP regen by 0.25. Okay, I guess that's okay. So that kind of equals out because everybody gets extra strength, but everybody has less base HP regen. So strength heroes kind of got the advantage there because they're gonna get more per point of strength. This is something we saw in the last patch as well. Intelligent spell amplification from 1% per 15 intel to 1% per 14. So it started at 16, now it's sitting at 14. I really like the spell amp mechanic that was added to Dota 2. That intelligence gives you spell amp. And 15 to 14, not the biggest change, but still quite a nice buff to intelligence heroes and just nukers in general. Mana per point of intelligence is reduced from 12 to 11, not that big of a deal. And now base mana increased from 50 to 75. That's pretty nice for heroes like Sven, Jug, or any hero that starts off with like 5 mana, you know what I mean? That extra 25 mana makes a big difference when your starting mana pool is like 160, 180. That's like a 20% increase just from that extra 25 mana. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's it for attributes. Economy, we have reduced melee creep base X bounty from 45 to 40. Okay, that kind of happened in a couple of patches ago as well. So lane creeps slowly but surely losing their value. Reduced melee creep gold bounty upgrade per cycle from 3 gold per cycle to 1 gold per cycle. Okay, so scaling into the later stages of the game, that kind of makes a difference as well. You're just getting less gold from these melee creeps. Melee / rain barracks team bounty reduced from 275/225 to 225/150 to each player. Okay, so people get less gold for taking Raxes now. Roshan team bounty reduced from 200 to 150. Less gold from Roshan. And less gold from Shrine. 150 to 125. Death cost 100 plus net worth slash 50 to 50 slash net worth slash 40. Okay, so death cost is a little less from what I understand from that. So that's kind of nice. I mean, you're a support getting blown up every minute by PAs throwing out daggers, critting you. It's kind of cool. Tier 3 tower bounty reduced. Tier 3 team tower bounty reduced from 240 to 200. And tier 4 team bounty from 280 to 200. Okay, so like just gold from things in general has just been reduced so far. I don't think these changes are all that big or too big, but it is notable changes. General changes. Hope Illusion is the first thing I read here. We gotta thank OG for this. If it's nerfs. Illusion gold slash XP bounty from 5 plus level to 2. Not quite sure what that means. Do you get more or less? Actually said gold bounty from level 5 plus level to 2. Hey, I really don't know what that means, to be honest. I don't know if you're getting more or less gold. Am I just being an idiot here? Or am I just not reading the thing properly? Or did I write it badly? I'm not quite sure. I was going to have to Google this afterwards. Illusion building damage reduction from 50% to 60%. Thank you, OG. Thank you. This is a big change. Buyback cooldown increased from 7 minutes to 8 minutes. That's like, I mean, they just increased this buyback timer like a lot. I remember back in the day when you never even needed, buyback didn't even have a cooldown. That was pretty crazy. But now it's like 8 minutes, so you have to really be careful with your buybacks now. Roshan now drops cheese from the second death instead of the third. Okay, that's pretty cool. It allows just, yeah, the heroes like Ursa, Troll, TA can just provide more to their team from the second death of Roshan. So I guess that's a little bit more incentive to take Roshan from an earlier stage, which is quite nice. Roshan armor bonus per upgrade interval from 1.1 to 1.3. Okay, so you get a little bit more armor now on the Rosh. Power up ruins now spawn different ruins on both sides of the river after 40 minutes. Okay, so if you're looking for like that whole good old DD in the late game, you can find it on both sides now, which is kind of cool. Uphill mischance no longer applies to flying units. Okay, alright, that's actually pretty cool. It's kind of logical, alright? You just like, it makes sense. I like that. Fix various pathing issues with the dire creeps between tier 1 and tier 2 tower. I think a lot of people already did complain about this. I've seen it before, so I guess it's good that they fixed that. Tower bonus armor based on nearby heroes increased from 1400 to 1600. Okay. So if you're standing close, that tower's gonna have extra armor. That's just the gist of it. Respawn talents. This is big. Replaced all 42 talents in the game. So respawn talents is no longer mechanic in Dota. Cry a lot of tears for all those OP support strats. But in all honesty, they were pretty broken. It made like, yeah, if you picked up a support or something, you support line, oh yeah, we can go push high ground now. It wasn't like that. You killed him. Now he's going to respawn in about 5 seconds. By the time you get to high ground, you can't actually push because he's back up. So, like, when you go for smoke ganks and stuff, if the lion dies, or, you know, I'm just quoting Nahaz word for word there. But yeah, it's kind of reasonable. And some heroes had broken stuff like, was it Venom Monster at level 25, he had like a minus 60 second respawn talent. Best example of OP respawn talents was when Lina in 7.04, when she had Bloodstone plus the level 10 respawn talent, which is just instant respawn. It was quite ridiculous. So I guess it's kind of good they take it out of the game. But let's check what they replace it with. Warlock summons the Golem on death level 20. That's pretty cool. I mean, he summons a Golem when he dies. I like it. I like it a lot. Purge gets 1 second extra on his dismember duration at level 20. That's kinda trash. I don't know. Doesn't seem like the most greatest thing at level 20. I'm not sure what his other 20 talent is, so not quite sure. Magnus gets 500 extra skewer range at level 25. I guess that's okay. I'm not quite sure. Lone Druid, 50% Spirit Bear magic resistance at level 20. Okay, so I guess PvP Druid is kinda dead. That range Lone Druid sort of thing. I didn't know Druid that build. I'm a good old proper Radiance Midas on Bear type of Lone Druid guy. So I don't really like that range Druid anyway. Yeah, so that's not a bad change, but let's see if they made any other changes. I think they have other changes to Lone Druid in this patch. So when we get to Lone Druid's hero, we can really decide what this magic resistance means. I mean, this is a nice alternative to the, because I think at 20 you get the bear damage as well. So the 50% magic resistance is kind of good. Like, let's say you're playing against teams who just have good magic burst against your Spirit Bear. It's kind of good. Lina, level 15, has a 40 movement speed talent. So level 15 talents is now 40 movement speed or 50 damage. That's a kind of good choice at level 15 if you ask me on both fronts. She doesn't really lack movement damage or movement speed with that talent, but I mean that's a hell of a lot of movement speed. So it's quite notable. Enigma, one more Malefice stun instance at level 20. Not the great biggest deal. Check a 350 extra fissure range. Whoa, that's pretty crazy, hey? That's a long freaking stun. Kinda cool. Clockwork, 40%, 40 extra battery assault damage, probably 40 per second, right? I mean, just 40 general damage on battery assault is not the biggest thing. So yeah, it's 40. That's pretty good. It's gonna do a lot of damage. You can scale better into the late game now using that ability. Bristleback, it's 10% spell lifesteal at level 20, so that's pretty cool. You get some people like to get Octarine and stuff on him anyway, so that's a considerable amount of spell lifesteal you get. It's quite cool. Earth Spirit Geomagnetic Grip can target allies. Okay, I don't know if this is a talent because it doesn't have level or anything here, but that's great. I hope it makes the hero viable again. I miss seeing him in the meta. Pro players playing Earth Spirit. It's just a sight to be seen. It's just great. Enchantress, 6% extra impetus damage at level 25. That's pretty cool. Like, that thing does so much damage with extra damage. That's pretty great. Brewmaster, 2 seconds. Thunderclap slow, level 20. Not too bad. Beastmaster and +1 boar summon at level 15. So if you get 2 boars from one summon, that is a fucking amazing talent. Like, you just wait for 2 boar cooldowns or whatever, and you get 4 boars hitting at potentially one time just from level 15. I think that's a really good talent. I think Beastmaster is still a strong hero. It's obviously taken a lot of nerfs in the past, but there is a buff to his access to in this patch, but we'll get to that later. Zeus, +5 seconds mini stun on Lightning Bolt at level 20. I don't know how good that is, how bad that is. I'll have to test that out before we see. It's probably pretty good. I don't know what his other level. He's actually, respawn talent was really nice on Zeus. I think that's kind of it's a bit sad to see that go on him. Lycan, +12 feral HP regen. Yeah. I mean, at level 15, how much you're gonna have? Probably one form of lifesteal on Lycan anyway. You get a lot of base regen from his that feral aura of his anyway. So I don't know how good it is. His other level 15 talent is what? Let's check it out. Lycan talent tree. What do we got here? 15, 12 strength. Okay, I like the 12 strength. It's probably better than the HP regen. I mean, you get regen from strength anyway. That was buffed too, and then it's just damage and stuff anyway. So it's alright. Gets the situational. Your wolves also get the regen, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, that's all good. Crystal Maiden, 50 plus freezing field damage, probably damage per second again. Yeah, not like, alright, that's pretty good at level 20. Not like that ulti needs any more damage, it's crazy anyway. Oh, a Rasta buff. Shadow Shaman +4 ward summon at level 20. That's pretty cool. I think some teams are already trying to pick up Rasta anyway. Now this is quite a nice buff to him. Extra wards, that's pretty cool. Visage, Soul Assumption, Double Strike. Okay, this is kind of like PA's double dagger thing. I don't like the random targets. If they gave you like charges or something, I think it'd be much better. But then I guess it's kind of OP because you can just double nuke the same person. But I'm not sure how that works because you have with Soul Assumption you have those charges, right? So for damage. So I guess that would be kind of balanced, right? If you but I guess actually this is fine on Visage because it's gonna double strike. I don't know. I'm over analyzing this thing. It's a talent, okay? I didn't say what level, but that is a talent now. Winter Wyvern +1 second cold embrace duration level 20. I don't know if I like that talent too much. Witch Doctor +2 cask bounces at level 15. That's pretty cool. Kinda trolly. Can bounce like a million times. Not too bad. Legion Commander respawn talent also removed. 10% moment proc chance. Moment of courage proc chance. Yeah, that seems pretty cool. Keeper of the Light plus 300 Chakra Magic Mana. That's great. I like that talent. I approve. Dazzle plus 25 Poison Touch DPS at level 20. I'm not quite sure how effective that'll be. We'll have to test that. Train Protector plus 40 Elite Seed damage plus heal at level 25. At level 25, that's kind of irrelevant. Epicenter minus 50 attack slow at level 15. I don't know how good that is. I mean, if you have that plus stacking with the Shiva's Guard from somebody on your team or on the Sanking, I guess that's a hell of a lot of attack slow. So I'm interested to see how it pans out, or how pros pick it up or get used. Venomancer plus 14% Poison Sting slow at 25. Kite. Yeah, seems okay. Ancient Apparition plus 8% Ice Vortex slow and resistance at level 20. I guess that's kind of cool. I'm not sure. I think he has another Ice Vortex talent as well. Or is it a Cold Feet talent? Let's check it out. Ancient Apparition talent tree. Let's see what we got here. Okay, GPM, spell amplification, health regen, Ice Vortex cooldown. Okay, so it does have one, and this is a new one. So we got Ice Vortex cooldown plus Ice Vortex slow plus resistance buff. So that kind of works together, and that's pretty cool. I haven't seen A in a long time been picked, but yeah, maybe with this new stacking and pulling and stuff back into the meta, he could get picked up again. Okay, here's the next one is Chen, 1000 plus extra HP to creeps at level 20. So Chen usually falls off in the later part of the game, but now that's a pretty good talent, eh? But yeah, let's just discuss Chen and Bambi quickly before we continue. With the creeps coming back at the 1 minute spawns, they're both going to be viable again. And I'm 99% sure we're going to see them both back in the meta. And, okay, this talent you're seeing now is great. You saw Enchantress's talent. They both have other buffs as well. So, Valve is definitely trying to reintroduce our like jungling supports, which I'm really happy about. I'll be glad to see like Poppy Chen back in the meta and that sort of thing, and it'll be pretty great. Disruptor 40 plus, Thunder Strike DPS or just damage, probably damage per second though at level 15. I'm not sure how much damage that is compared to his normal thing. I think his normal thing at max level is like 160 damage or something like that. It could be a lot of damage. I don't know what his other talent was at 15. I think he has a good 15 talent. Let's check it out. Disruptor talent. Oh, his other one is 3 seconds minus cooldown on kinetic field. I really like that talent when I play Disruptor. So I don't know which one's the better talent. I don't know. We'll have to see it get played out. Alpha Titan plus 200 mana at level 10. Haven't seen ET in a long time. I know OG still run it with their Naga Siren strats, and it's super effective still, especially against heroes like Terrorblade, Morphling, and such. I think Alpha Titan's a hero I'd like to see back in the meta. It's still teamfight prowess as a hero, like as a hero in general. I'm speaking the whole of Dota 2. Probably one of the craziest heroes for sure. Io, hey, he gets Tether Stun back now at level 25. I wonder what the duration and stuff is. If it's pretty decent, I think that's quite a nice talent. What is Io's other 25 talent? But it's actually useless. I'm not even gonna Google that. When is an Io gonna get to level 25? Right? It's just ridiculous. Chikiro Macrofire Pierce, Macrofire Pure, and Pierce's Magic Immunity at level 25. That's pretty cool. Okay, I know I just flamed Io for having a level 25 talent, but I kind of like this talent from Jakiro. That's pretty nice. It gives him some scalability into the late game. And Jakiro can farm and shit as opposed to Io. I guess Io can farm. I mean, you got that level 1 Iron Talon Io, Tether Spirits strat going on at the moment. Lion plus 75 cast range at level 10. 75 cast range isn't that much, but on Lion that's quite a nice talent. Nature's Prophet remove teleportation cooldown at level 25. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know if you guys seen that meme going around where it just like shows Nature's Prophet's face. Oh, and then all the ruins available on the map. That kind of sums it up. Pretty cool. Oracle plus 0.75 Fortress Ends max duration level 10. They have another change to Oracle, which kind of makes this relevant, but we'll get to that in a moment. Phoenix plus level 20 XP gain level 10. That'll be pretty cool. So he has the XP talent and the gold talent. Phoenix is is a hero in a really good place at the moment. I'm not quite sure what these adjustments are to his actual heroes in this patch. We'll get to that in a bit though. Pugna plus 1 second, Decrepify duration, level 15. That's kind of shit talent. Shadow Demon minus 1.5 second Shadow Poison cooldown at level 20. That's kind of nice. Get you spam out your stuff more often. It's pretty cool. Spirit Breaker plus 30% bash damage at level 20. That's okay. And Templar Assassin, they took away a respawn talent, which was actually one of the most underwhelming respawn talents in the game because a level 25 TA is not really going to be dying all that much. And 30 seconds at level 25 really doesn't do that much. Like, you're still down for like something like 45 seconds anyway. So minus made 8 meld armor. It's pretty good. I think the refraction one is still a bit better, but like at least you have a good alternative against teams where your refraction isn't that good, like against Venomancer and such. But even so, refraction's damage charges still stay. So you got 9 charges of like plus 100 damage on TA, so it's kind of great, regardless. Undying 15 plus HP regeneration at level 10. That's a nice talent for Undying to have, without a doubt. Techies plus 250 attack damage at level 25. What a joke. Item changes. Aether Lens, Spallamp increased from 5 to 6%. I like. Reworked Aether Lens recipe. Old Energy Booster Ring of Health recipe. Now it provides 250 mana, 8 health regen, 5 spell damage. Now it's Energy Booster Void Stone recipe. Now it provides 250 mana. Okay, same as last. 100% mana regen and 6 spell damage. I like that. I really do. That's quite a nice change. It's kind of more relevant. I mean, it's a magic item. Why is it giving HP? So mana and mana regen is kind of makes more sense. Blade Mail cooldown increased from 18 seconds to 20 seconds. Yes, I agree. Blade Mail was just broken. Not broken, but it was a pretty good item. And for what it does and the cost it is, 18 second cooldown is just too little. Blightstone, no longer unique attack modifier. Okay, so spoilers for the rest of this thing. Unique attack modifiers got taken out from a lot of stuff. There's only 4 unique attack modifiers left in the game. OD's Orb, Anti-Mage's Q, Mana Break, MOM, and Satanic. Deso, Blightstone removed from the unique attack modifier list. Bloodthorn, cooldown increased from 14 to 18. Again, they have increased the cooldown. This is what 3 patches since the item's been introduced. Every patch has just got higher and higher cooldown. 18 is quite a lot, very considerable. So I hope it kind of stops now. I don't want an item to become like redundant, but it's alright. It's all good. Bottle cost reduced from 660 to 650. Not a big change, but yeah, it's okay. It's good. It's pretty good now that the shrines are gone. Before 5 minutes, so bottle rushing is a thing again. Bracer recipe cost reduced from 190 to 175. I like it. We haven't seen that many bracer pickups in Dota anymore at all, so that's quite a nice change. Clarity buff is now purgeable. What? Why is that relevant in any way? I'm not quite sure. Crimson Guard duration increased from 10 to 12 seconds. I like that buff. It's an item you haven't been seen picked up all that much anymore. I mean, your clarity is purgeable. What? Somebody's gonna pop a diffusal charge on your clarity there. Somebody's gonna send an Invoker Tornado to cancel your clarity. Well, it took it away anyway, so anyways, I don't care. Daedalus damage increased from 76 to 80. I guess that what the nerfs to Bloodthorn kind of makes the item a little bit more viable. It's just 4 damage, not the biggest deal. Dagon now instantly kills illusions. Thank you, OG. Demon Edge cost reduced from 2.4 to 2.2, and damage reduced from 46 to 42. Not quite sure why they felt they needed to change Demon Edge. I guess it kind of works in with this Daedalus change. I'm not too sure. Desolator, again, no longer unique attack modifier. A mechanic that's slowly but surely falling out of the game. I think only Dota 1 people will be mad about Obifix leaving the game. Mango cost reduced again from 110 to 100. I like that. Cannot be sold, must be consumed. Oh well. Verifier cost reduced from 75 to 70. Reworked 4-staff recipe. Okay, let's check what they did here. Staff of Wizardry, Ring of Regen recipe 2225. That's how it used to work before. Provides 10 intel and 4 HP regen. New now, a Staff of Wizardry, Ring of Health, and a 400 recipe. Okay, so the second component's bigger, but the recipe is smaller. I guess that's a good change. So it now gives 10 intel and 6 HP regen. I guess I kind of like that. It's not the biggest change ever, but it's pretty cool. Hurricane Pike obviously is changed 2 plus HP regen from the 4 staff. Hand of Midas. Whoa! Recipe cost increased from 150, 1150 to 1650. So 100 more. XP multiplier is up a little bit, so from 1.05 to 1.85. That's kind of nice, but gold is reduced from 220 to 200. I want to talk about Hand of Midas a bit. Now, Hand of Midas is an item we've been seeing picked up so much and so often in Pro Dota, especially at the start of Kiev Major. And I think for good reason, okay? One, it gives, like, the jungle changes had a big impact to do with that. I mean, there was not that much space to farm on the map. There really just wasn't. So, having a Hand of Midas gave you that sort of guaranteed form of GPM. And then there's also so much action in Dota 2 at the moment. Like just team fights, team fights, team fights. So at least with all that team fights going on and not that much space to farm, you had a passive form of income coming in. Obviously, yeah, for the levels and stuff like on Invoker, even on Wraith King and stuff, like levels is a big part of it, and that's what Valve thought was the problem. That's why they reduced it in the first place, the XP multiplier. But it was still getting bought for just the gold, for gold's sake. So I don't think Hand of Midas is that good anymore, especially with the new changes to the jungle that is back to where it used to be at 1 minute spawns, at 1 minute interval spawns. Now I think getting something like a Dragon Lance or a Yasha or Mask of Madness or even just a pure anything that you farm the jungle faster is it's a lot better than picking up a Hand of Midas now. Healing Salve buff is now purgeable, yada. Heart of Tarask now requires a second vitality booster instead of a 1400 recipe, so that's now 300 gold cheaper than it used to be. Strength bonus reduced from 45 to 40, and health bonus increased from 250 to 500. That's a pretty big buff to heart. 300 cheaper and a lot more HP, so I like that. Strength in general received a buff too with the extra regen. So heart, that's quite a nice buff to heart and strength heroes in general. Heaven's Halberd can no longer be dispelled by spell immunity. That's pretty big. I feel like the item's been getting buffed slowly for like 2 or 3 patches now. And this could be what makes the item actually viable. I think components wise, I mean passive ability wise from the item, it's a great item. And yeah, happy to see it. It's a very underrated item, and I think we could be seeing more pickups of Halberd now with that it can't be dispelled by BKB's Rage, Juggernaut Spin. Okay, Juggernaut Spin is kinda redundant because of obvious reasons, and you can't dispel it with Manta, so that's pretty cool. Okay, HOD now uses a Ring of Health instead of a 800 gold recipe, and the regen is buffed from 8 to 10. I'm not sure why that's too relevant. I guess the build up to it is nicer now that you have that innate regen with the headdress and the Ring of Health, even without the recipe. That's cool. Mask of Madness. Now this is the item I want to talk about. It receives some big changes. Okay, it requires a quarterstaff now instead of 700 gold recipe. Provides 20 damage and attack speed passively without the active on. Berserk active speed bonus reduced from 120 to 110. That's obviously because of the extra attack speed naturally from it, and it cannot be disassembled. So I think it's a great item right now. Okay, firstly, its biggest problem was that it doesn't really scale well into the late game, right? It helps you farm and stuff really quick, which is great on a hero like Luna or Sven or something. But then later on, you feel like, oh, well, if I just bought a Morbid Mouse, I could have changed it and had a Satanic now. But this kind of takes away the problem because you can disassemble it, so you can go back for that Satanic. And the other part is the quarter stuff. So like on a Luna, you can change it for a Butterfly, make it for a Bloodthorn. And I think the item is in a good space right now, especially with the jungle changes. So clearing out camps fast is a priority. So Marks of Madness should be in a great space right now. I'd like to think so. I'm a big fan of the item. Like since I started playing Dota, I don't buy it anymore because I just don't like it anymore. And I'm not as reckless as I used to be as when I started playing Dota, which was like 3-4 years ago. Probably about 4 years now, I would say. Maybe even longer. It's 2017. Holy crap. But yeah, I'm happy for the changes for sure. Mobile mask cost reduced by 100 and bonus damage from 15 to 10. Okay, that's not a big change really. Solar Crest. Okay, this is what was considered the most broken item in Dota 2 for quite some time now, and at Kiev it really shone. Solar Crest armor addition slash removal reduced from 12 to 10, so less armor reduction. And Solar Crest caused an enemy's change from a miss chance on the enemy target to true strike chance for attackers, which is not the. Nahaz gave some stats about it on his thing, on his analysis video, and he said it's not that big of a deal. Well, like just one person attacking. If there's a lot of people attacking, kind of makes a difference, but not the biggest change ever. So I kind of like that they didn't destroy this item completely. I think the miss chance should still be there for when you're sieging high ground with when it's on your allies. So that's pretty cool. I still like this item. I think they didn't destroy it, and that's a good thing. Moonshot now gives half of the bonus night vision when consumed. I don't really want to say about that. Necronomicon summoning duration increased from 40 to 45. I feel like Necro has also slowly but surely been getting these little buffs here and there for quite some time now. I'll be happy to see this item back in the patch, and maybe with the increased Beastmaster buffs that we saw, it will come back into the patch. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Observer ward cost reduced from 65 to 60, allows for different starting item combinations. That's the Valve's note on that. That's pretty cool. So I feel like support's life is slowly getting easier and easier by the patch, which I kind of like. Radiance damage on illusions from 40 to 35. Thank you, OG. Refresher Orb now replenishes charge-based abilities. Yay! I feel like this was needed a long time ago. Road of Atos now reworked. 2 Staff of Verity and 1 Vit Booster is how it used to be built. A total cost of 3,100. And provides 30 intelligence and 350 health. Now, requires 1 Staff of Wizardry and 2 braces instead. 20 gold cheaper. Yay! I'm just kidding. Provides 20 intel, 15 strength, 6 agi, and 6 damage. That's pretty cool. I feel like it's a much easier build up now that you don't have to go to secret shop. Your process can be bought in components. So yeah, it's kind of a buff to support with this item. Kinda great. Sanj cost recipe reduced by 100. Yasha cost recipe reduced by 100. Attack speed reduced from 15 to 10. I don't like seeing Yasha nerfed. But Sanj and Yasha, like, together as an item has been getting buffs, like, patch after patch. It's like 3 patches now. That item might be really viable now, especially at the reduced cost now, yet again. So, I'll be looking forward to some Sanj and Yasha pickups yet again. Mantisal recipe cost increased by 100. God damn it, OG. You guys just hate illusions, don't you? Sights of Vice cooldown reduced from 25 to 22. Nice. Shiva's Guard, 50 gold extra. Kind of reasonable. Silver's Edge recipe cost increased from 500 to 700. Now that's 2 patches in a row that Silver's Edge cost has been increased. The item is getting pretty damn pricey now. It's not like just an early game utility pickup. It's quite an investment to buy a Silver's Edge. So very notable for heroes like Shronny really slocked it by Silver Edge like consistently. Soul Ring now requires a mango instead of a 150 recipe. That's cool. I like that change. Urn of Shadow heal now acts as proper regeneration like salve rather than healing at frequent interval ticks. Reworked Urn of Shadow's recipe. Zand, 2 gauntlets. Ooh, okay, that's an interesting build up. So you all knew how it was built. Sage marks, 2 gauntlets, and a recipe. 875 total. Provides 6 strength and 50 mana regeneration. Now it requires the infused raindrop, a circlet, a ring of protection, and a 310 gold recipe. That's pretty crazy. Now it still costs 875 total price. It gives 2 stats, 2 armor, and 1 base mana regen. It's kind of weird build up, a lot of small items, but I kind of like the change. I mean, who cares about 2 gauntlets in 2017 anyway, right? Let's go to heroes. Oh gosh, I don't know if I want to get to this. Alchemist is ruined, okay? Unstable Concoction cooldown increased from 16 to 22, 2018, 16. Unstable Concoction AoE increased from 175 to 200. But here's the big problem. Greevil's Greed base bonus gold reduced from 6, 8, 10, 12 to just a base 4. Do you know how little that is? Like, I always gave props to Valvo when they were nerfing and buffing or whatever they're doing with Alchemist. They kept the base of the hero the same. So even though he has shit stat gains, even though his other abilities are pretty meh, even though he's a trash hero, they kept that Alchemist was a farm machine. And then they kept on adding buffs to that. Like you could give Aghanims, you could give Moon Shards, you could get 9 slotted, and Alchemist was just an insanely strong hero this last couple of patches. And I think in 7.05 they nerfed him really well, and they kind of hampered the hero down a lot. And in Kiev, it was still picked up, but not that much. It wasn't the force it was at at DAC. It was straight up broken, okay. But now at Kiev, I found it a bit better. But yeah, I think they've ruined the hero now, and I'm pretty sad about that. What can you do? Grieval Greed cap bonus cap rescale from 10, 20, 28, 36 to 16, 20, 24, and 28. AA attack range. Okay, enough about Alchemist. Sorry you did. I'm sure they'll fix you up at some point, Alki boy. Who knows? Ancient Apparition. Attack range increased from 600 to 675. That's pretty nice. Ice Vortex movement modifier has a positive effect on Ancient Apparition. Sick. That's pretty cool. Replace respawn talent with the, as we said, the 8% extra Ice Vortex slow and resistance. Axe rework skipped Aghanims on Axe. Causes Battle Hunger to reduce an enemy's total damage output by 30%. Applies Battle Hunger on enemies heroes within 700 AoE of successful Culling Blade. Okay, I overlooked this on my first reading of the patch, but then after watching Nahaz's video, and he actually spoke about this, and it's actually ridiculously good. Like 30% damage reduction on, so 700 AoE is a big AoE. So if you get one Culling Blade off in during your first call or whatever on a support or something, all the cores, everybody else has a 30% less damage output, and that's pretty big. I wonder if this is going to get nerfed, or how it's going to get picked up, or what's going to go down with this Axe. I'm interested to see. Bane's Axe also reworked. Reworked Bane's Scepter. Causes Bane Sap to have a 1.5 second cooldown and pierces spell immunity. Woo! That's pretty cool. Bane's Agi / int growth increased by 0.3, matching new strength growth. And Fiend's Grip deals 0.5 seconds. Wait, deals damage every 0.5 seconds instead of every second. Yo, that's just some quite nice changes to Bane. Okay, this is the only like real one that happens to support Bane. I don't think support Banes will really be able to get that, but maybe we could see like some weird core Banes and stuff. Just quoting Nahaz again. I haven't been doing that the whole video, I swear. But yeah, even on a support Bane, like if you could pick it up. Oh, I was gonna say if Alt could buy you an Axe, but rup. Bye bye Alchi. Bye bye. Yeah, that's it for Bane. Wild X's cast range increased from 1,300 to 1,500. Mana cost rescaled of axes from 120 to 105, 110, 115 to 120. And replace talent to +1 boar. So that's kind of little buffs to Beastmaster. And then the extra boar, which I think is a great talent. So I'm interested to see if we see Beastmaster back in the meta. He also farms jungle really fast. I know we used to see 4-positioned Beastmasters before. And yeah, with the new jungle changes, jungling heroes, dedicated jungling heroes are viable again. Which is great. Blood Rite cooldown reduced from 25, 21, 17, 13 to 18, 16, 14, and 12. And the cost point is a little better on Blood Rite. Kinda nice. Bloodseeker needs something, I guess. I say that, but does anybody ever want to play against a Bloodseeker? Like, my god, what a infuriating hero to play against. Bounty Hunter fixed Shuriken Toss, interrupting the chain if one of the... Shuriken Toss with the Aghanim Scepter, interrupting the chain if one of the targets is spell immune. That's a nice little bug fix. Drunken Haze cast point reduced from 0.3 to 0.2 on Brewmaster. Drunken Haze duration increased from 4 to 4.5. Hurl Boulder cast point reduced from 4 to 4.05. 0.4 to 0.25. A Drunken Brawler crit increased from 200 to 230. And replaced the respawn talent to 2% Thunderclap slow. Now Beastmaster is a hero I want to talk about in general because, okay, these are nice little buffs here and there, but he's been getting nice little buffs for like 2, 3, 4 patches in a row. I don't even know how many patches in a row he's been getting these little buffs. So I'd be interested to see him come back to the meta. I mean, we saw Wings in 7.04 run that Alacrity Beastmaster, put the Alacrity on the Earth Panda and just let him demolish towers, which was kind of kinky. That's quite funny. But yeah, I think he could become a stable hero, and maybe we see some play from him again. Bristleback replaced the respawn talent with 10% lifesteal. We've been over that. Chaos Knight Reality Rift cast point reduced from 0.4 to 0.3. That's nice. Reality Rift cooldown from 24, 18, 12 to 6. 24, 18, 12, 6 to 18, 4, 10, 6. Okay, I guess it at level max level it's the same, but on earlier levels that is quite nice. Like 24 seconds at a level 1 cooldown for spell is just crazy. Chaos Strike lifesteal from 65% to 75%. That's nice. And Phantasm Illusion damage taken from 200 to 260%. Alright, guys. OG never even played Chaos Knight. Anyways, good old illusions. Got wrecked. Chin. Holy Persuasion reduced from 60, 26, 22, and 18 cooldown to just 10 seconds flat. That's pretty sick. Chin's been taking some nice buffs here. He's got a great new talent that we've discussed already, and the jungle is back. So I'm waiting to see him back in the meta. Klink's Deathback cooldown increased from 40, 30, 15 to 85, and Deathback duration increased from 35 to 65. Not quite sure how to feel about that. That's like a 20-second downtime, I guess. Not the biggest deal. But I guess he never had a downtime before, so that's kind of sad. Clockwork. But I guess you don't have to make so much time to go and get to the jungle to pick up a creep to get on Deathback. So I guess not the worst thing either. Clockwork replaced respawn talent to 40 plus battery assault damage. Discussed that. Freezing Field cooldown rescaled from 90 to 110, 190. Okay. That's kind of a little nerf, but not the biggest thing ever. Fixed Skepta Freezing Field not interrupting targets, and replaced respawn talent with 50 plus Freezing Field damage. Now this is not very relevant changes to Maiden. Like, she's had the highest win rate and pick rate. Okay, I don't know if it had the highest win rate, but it had a 55% win rate while having almost 400 picks in 7.05. That is insane. One of his second most pick hero is Warlock at a 48% win rate with 100 less games. So I think Maiden is a hero in a really great space at the moment, and Ashrock didn't do too much to disturb that, which is a good thing. Wall of Replica slow rescaled from 1 second to 0.6, 0.8 to 1. I guess kind of a nerf to early game vacuum walls. It doesn't slow for as much. Yeah, not the biggest deal for Doxia. Dazzle reworked Dazzle Scepter, caused a Shallow Grave to be an AoE spell. Ooh, that's pretty kinky. That's quite nice. Respawn talent obviously reduced from replaced plus 25 poison touch DPS at level 20. Disruptor respawn talent gone, plus 40 Thunderstrike damage. We've covered that already. Doom, Scorched Earth healing damage rescaled from 10, 20, 30, 40 to 16, 24, 32 and 40. Okay, so level 1 or early level Scorched Earth, at least healing and damage is buffed a little bit. That's quite nice. And Devour mana cost rescaled from 40, 50, 60, 70. So he's gonna have a little easier time in the early game on the Doom. So that's quite nice. And jungle is back, so you can see some jungle Dooms again. Maybe the greedy 4 position Doom's picked up. It's quite cool. Remove critical strike from the small wolves in the jungle. Attack damage increased by the same amount. Okay. So basically, the small creeps in the jungle, from the alpha wolf packs, don't have abilities anymore. So if you eat them, you're not gonna lose your devour talent or skill or whatever. But they get the extra same attack damage in the end. So that's pretty cool. Dragon Knight, Alter Dragon Form, Frost Slow increased from 20 to 30%. Yeah, not the biggest deal. Frost Arrows are no longer unique attack modifier. As I said, UAMs are just taken out of the game left, right, and center. Earth Spirit replaced respawn talent with geomagnetic grip targeting allies. I hope to see this hero come back to the meta. I really do. But talking about roaming supports, there's some sad news about to come up, boys. Earthshaker Enchant Totem has True Strike. That's a nice change. And replaced respawn talent with 350 fissure range. Also cool. Astral Spirit bonus damage increased from 12, 24, 30, 36 to 4, slash 48 to 15, 30, 45, and 60. Nice little buff. Earth Splitter radius increased from 300 to 315, and respawn talent added change with the mana talent. Hopefully we see more Elder Titan. I'm not quite sure if we will, but maybe we do. Enchantress gets more base intel, increased by 2. Enchant slow duration from 5 seconds to 2.2, 3.5, 4.75, and 6. And enchant slow from 20, 30, 40, 50 to straight up 55%. That's quite a big slow at level 1, and I think that's a really nice change. And then, of course, you get the extra impetus damage at 25. So again, Enchantress gets buffed, Chen gets buffed, Jungle gets returned. Definitely seeing those two heroes back in the meta. Enigma, we went over this talent already, and it's not really that good of a talent anyway. Time dilation slow per affected cooldown increased from 10 to 14. Nice, I think Void needed this. That spell was super OP when it came out, and now it's super trash. So the fact that they gave it this is kind of good. I feel like it needs that buff. Gyrocopter base movement increased from 315 to 320, and homing missile initial delay reduced from 3 to 2.5. So maybe with the jungle being back and the way it is, we might see some Gyrocopter play. He farms really fast still. But actually, does he farm that fast? I mean, with the added magic resistance, to jungle creeps, he doesn't farm all that fast because he can't really use his spells on the creeps all that effectively. So I don't know. Poor Gyro. Maybe one day he'll be back in the meta. Husker, life break, leap in speed increased from 1000 to 1200, and life break damage dealt slash taken from 35% to 34, 38, and 42. Kinda cool. Buffs, little buffs. IO, replace talent. We've been over this, and when is your IO gonna get 25? But I guess if you do, it's kinda cool. Dual Breath start radius increased from 200. Sorry, Jakiro, Dual Breath start radius increased from 200 to 225. Dual Breath end radius increased from 250 to 275, and level 25 talent Micropire becomes pure and pierces immunity. So nice little buffs to Jakiro. Empire already running the cheese strats with Jakiro. Some other teams niche pick him every now and again, and I like the buffs coming to him, and I hope to see him in the meta at some point. That'll be cool. Kotal, no nerfs, surprisingly, which I really like. I think Kotal's in a really great place in the moment. He's a really strong hero. And this 300 extra chakra magic is something nobody's going to be complaining about. Chakra magic mana, sorry. And that's a level 15, so that's pretty good. Ghosh Kunkka. Ghost Shop now always crashes where Kunkka targets it. Thank the Lord. Okay, I know you get those pro Kunkkas out there, Taco, who can use Ghost Shop here, left, right, center. But, yeah, you can just make the ability easier to use. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I feel like in the pro meta, as Nahaz said in his video, if you guys go watch it, that yeah, Kunkka has slowly been surely but making some little appearances back in Pro Dota, and this might just be the thing to put him, back in the meta, which would be quite cool. I miss Kunkka. He's a really nice hero, exciting support to be played, and Xbox spot is just a funky ability straight up. Legion Commander, overwhelming odds, mana cost reduced from mana cost from 100 to 100, 110, 120, 130. Small little nerf to the mana cost. Dual Scepter now grants spell immunity to the hero during duel. So I'm not quite sure if it still works that when you duel, it doesn't end with Scepter till you die. But if it's like that with spell immunity, that's pretty freaking insane. I kinda like that talent. I mean that change. What does Legion Scepter do? Let's find out. Legion Commander Ags. Alright. Internet's going slow. What can you do? Loading up. No. Oh, okay, so now what it does, it negates all sorts of damage that don't come from the dual hero. Wait, what? Alright, I'm not quite sure I understand. Okay, so he negates all the sources of damage outside of the duel, and he makes his spell immune, so he can't get disabled during duel as well. Okay, that's pretty big. That's a nice change, and that's a pretty good eggs now. And obviously, respawn talent removed and extra moment of courage proc chance. Leshrak rework Scepter. While Pulse Nova is active, every 1.5 seconds, Lightning Storm will hit one random unit within a 750 AoE. Prioritizes heroes. One Lightning Storm hit's not the biggest deal, so I don't think that Axe is particularly impressive at all. Lich Chainfrost slow increase from 50 to 65. Okay, Lich also slowly but surely been getting little buffs here and there. Lina, okay, we went over here respawn talent. Lion, we went over his respawn talent, so extra cast range at 10. Lina, extra movement speed at 15. Lone Druid, my personal favorite hero. Okay, Rabbit attack speed increased from 10, 20, 30, 40 to 20, 30, 40, and 50. Nice little bonus on attack speed. Rabbit duration rescale from 18, 20, 26, 30 to 25. But Rabbit cooldown reduced from 45 to 35. That makes Rabbit have a 10-second downtime. Now, I was pretty upset when they changed Rabbit last time because, okay, that range Lone Druid was broken. And yeah, for sure, Rabbit has been the problem because, for the last 10 years, Rabbit has been making Lone Druid broken and making him a range hero. It was those stupid talents, and then they put a nerf on the skill that affects Bear Druid. I mean, playing with the bear as your core. So that kind of made me mad, but it kind of seems like they making amends for that changes to Rabbit, and they kind of buffs, but it's still 10-second downtime. It's not the greatest thing, but it's a step in the right direction. And plus, you got the magic resistance from the talent now. Hope I see more Lone Druid back. I hope I see Lone Druid back in play. I mean, real Lone Druid, not that ranged Lone Druid nonsense. Luna Lucent Beam cast animation reduced from 0.6 to 0.5. It's kind of better. Luna, I think, gets a buff this patch just because we have the jungle back. Like, you have 1 minute intervals on respawns now. So Luna's super quick farming capabilities is gonna pay off now because the jungle there is enough resources for Luna to farm. So that's pretty great. Although, just Luna on a side note, like her talent tree is so funny. Like, it's probably one of the least uh overwhelming. It's like one of the most underwhelming talent trees in the game. But she's still a strong hero, and with the changes to the jungle, we might see a return to the meta from Luna. Lycan replaced respawn talent with extra feral HP regen. Been over that. Magnus, movement speed reduced from 315 to 310. Rework Scepter, Shockwave comes back hitting units a second time and applying a 60% slow for 2 seconds. Travel distance and travel speed are increased by 50%. Return wave deals half damage to creeps. RP no longer lasts an extra seconds on creeps. I don't know why that was a relevant thing anyway. Like, who cares about that? I guess if you RPing like a Lone Druid, Bear, or Necronomicons, it's kind of relevant. I don't know. Replace respawn talent with 500 skewer range. And level 25 talent from minus 4 seconds of shockwave to shockwave cooldown to 15 armor. Yeah, I guess I had to take away the shockwave cooldown thing because with the axe I could be kind of broken, hey. But yeah, interesting to see how axe work. I actually saw a gif on Wakram Reddy's Twitter. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but hey, it looks pretty funny. Medusa. Added Scepter for Medusa. Causes Mystic Snake to turn enemies into stone for 1 second. Increases by 0.2 seconds per bounce. That is pretty damn cool. I kinda like it. I wonder how it gets picked up. How it gets used. I gotta test that out, man. I gotta go play some pubs tonight. Seems pretty good. Mirana base damage increased by 3. Starstorm second impact delay reduced from 1 second to 0.8. Leap speed bonus reduced from 10 seconds to 5 seconds. And leap attack speed bonus 18, 16, 24, 32 to 16, 32, 48, and 64. That's kind of nice, eh? Pretty cool changes to Kitty. So a little buffs here and there for Mirana. That's pretty cool. She's kind of irrelevant at the moment, so seeing buffs to her is kind of nice. Maybe we'll see some play of her again. Oh, and this is the saddest thing of this patch. Like, for sure, Monkey King. Volvo have dropped the nerf armor on him so goddamn hard right now. Like, they just took it and they slammed it all over his face. Let's start the reading. Wukong's command no longer provides 50, 70, 90 bonus damage. It now provides you with 18, 14, and 20 bonus armor. Like, bonus damage gone from Wukong command is really sad, to say the least. Wukong's command army no longer copies Basher and Abyssal Blade. Now, that's just... Man, it was such a good hero. Like, great roaming hero in the early game. Scales well into the late game because of a great ulti that could zone and do a lot of damage. And now it's just... It kind of made that... They just took it all away, man. They reduced his early game potential last patch, and now they take away his big teamfight ultimate in this patch, which I think is ridiculous. Like, it wasn't broken at Kiev. I mean, it was still a good hero because you had people like Baboka and stuff playing it. But alright, I'm sad. Wukong's summon attack rate improved by 2 to 1.7. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. And fix Monkey King carry on Unknown Shadow, sometimes wasting charges while Wukong command is ongoing. Fix tree jump, causing Monkey King to temporarily have bigger vision than the defined night/day values. Morphling, adaptive strike mana cost rescaled from 100, 90, 80, 70 to 80. Oh, that's kind of nice. Naga Siren. I'm just gonna preemptively say this. Thanks, OG. Song of the Siren in cast time increased from 0.8 to 1 second. Song of the Siren cooldown rescaled from 180 seconds, 120 seconds to 60 seconds to 160 seconds, 120 seconds, 80 seconds. Yeah, I guess you're buying Octarine and stuff, so it's not like the biggest deal, but like Octarine with level 3 ulti was like a 45-second cooldown on Song, which was pretty damn nice. Now it's gonna be quite that longer. So not buying Octarine is gonna just drop it to like normal time or what it used to be. Song of the Siren range rescaled from 1250 to 1000, 1200, 1400. That's not too big of a change. At level 1 is kind of a big deal. Mirror image illusion damage seconds rescale from 600 to 500 to 400 to 300 to 550, 500, 450, and 400. Thanks, OG. Riptide damage increased from 100, 140, 180, 220 to 120, 160, 200, and 240. Okay, so you give it 20 more damage on a Riptide. Not the greatest. Ensnare cast point reduced from 0.65 to 0.6. Ensnare mana cost rescaled from 90, 100, 110, 120 to 100. Oh, Nature's Prophet, we've discussed this already. Every rune in the game can get picked up like almost instantly. No cooldown on TP. Sounds so trolly. Sounds so good. Necrophos Ghost Shroud heal amplification increased from 50 to 75%. Oy vey, like Necrophos. Necrolite. Oh, okay, his name's Necrophos now. Necrophos needs buffs. I guess in the pro meta it's been kinda irrelevant. Pub meta his win rate's still pretty high. I don't like playing against the hero. But yeah, it's a nice little buff. Night Stalker. Okay, that's one of my favorite changes. Hunter in the Night can now be activated during the night to grant Night Stalker flying movement for 2 seconds. Cooldown 26, 22, 14, 14. Sorry. Cooldown 26, 22, 18, 14, and mana cost 50 and 1200 vision. So that's a great little buff to him. And like, yeah, I like it a lot. You can now like go for ganks that you wouldn't ordinarily be able to go for. You can chase up high ground. You can go find people through the trees. It's a nice little gift to the hero. He's been struggling for a bit. Oracle Fortune's End is now a root rather than a slow that sets target to 0% movement speed. Nice, you can't blink out of it. Replace respawn talent with 0.5 seconds extra on Fortune's End max duration, which kind of goes hand in hand with the change that is now a root. Fortune's End projectile speed from 1200 to 100 to 1000, and Purifying Flames cast range increased. So not that many real buffs to Oracle, which is kind of sad because it's kind of not in the meta at all. Pro or pubs. OD reworked Oswald Devour's Skepta. Grants 2 charges to Astral Imprisonment and increases cast range by 300 damage. Sorry. Reworked What did I just say? OD Skeptic grants 2 charges now to Astral Imprisonment and increases the cast range by 300. Damage areas stack and replenish time is 12 seconds. That's pretty nice. It's a quirky little axe. Not the greatest thing, not the worst thing. Kind of cool. Phantom Lancer. Fixed doppelganger illusions not being able to last. Sorry. Fixed doppelganger illusions lasting 1 second less than intended. Phantom Rush agility bonus is now granted before the first hit lands. Yay, rather than after. And Juxtapose max illusion increased from 5, 7, 9 to 6, 8, 10. Now, Phantom Lancer's been getting also like a niche picked up every now and again since the axe was reintroduced. Sorry, introduced in the first place. So that's kind of cool. Phoenix, Fire Spirit's duration increased from 16 to 20. And Respawn talent with XP talent. Yeah, Phoenix is a hero in a great space right now. He's been really strong, and they haven't really nerfed it. Kind of a little buff here with the Fire Spirit duration, and the Respawn talent, okay, is gone. But 20% XP gain at level 10 is kind of good too, so I like it. Phoenix in a good place. Purge, yeah, we spoke about this. Extra second on Dismember at level 20 instead of a Respawn talent. Not the biggest thing, really. Life Rain now grants True Sight vision over the target. Nice. Life Rain cost range reduced from 950, 150, 1500. Sorry, 900, 1050, 1200 to 800. And Life Rain now is 100 range break buffer. So it's just 900 flat now. Breaks at 900 range. Replace Respawn talent with 1% decrepify duration. So not the biggest changes or big deal with Pugna here. The true sight over the Life Rain target is pretty nice though. Queen of Pain level 25 talent from no Shadow Strike cooldown to 550 AoE Shadow Strike. That's pretty cool. Obviously the spell Lifesteal as our other 25 talent is great and obviously super good. But this is pretty nice. Like AoE slow on people, not something you can complain about. And it has a 4-second cooldown, so I like it. Razor, Eye of the Storm prioritizes stacking static link heroes. Oh, Eye of the Storm prioritizes striking static linked heroes. So it's going to hit people you static link now. Or prioritizes that hero. So that's pretty cool. And Eye of the Storm no longer has a cost point, which is also cool. Nice little buffs to Razor. Ricky, base movement speed reduced by 5. Woohoo. Little nerf to him, I guess. Caustic Finale, no longer a unique attack modifier. Yay. Sandstorm invisibility linger duration rescaled from 1.5 to 0.9, 1.1, 1.3, and then 1.5. So in the early game, you can't like stay invis for too long after coming out of Sandstorm, but not too big of a deal. Sandstorm DPS rescaled from 25, 50, 7500 to 40, 60, 80, 100. That's quite nice actually. Makes jungling and stuff a little easier with Sandstorm early on. Replace Respawn talent to minus 50%, 50 attack speed, attack slow with Epicenter, which I think is pretty nice. Combined with like a Shiva's God or something, that's a lot of attack slow, and it's quite effective in team fights. I'm not sure how long the Epicenter attack slow lasts, but I think it's a good talent. A pretty unique talent too. Shadow Demon, Shadow Poison mana cost reduced from 55 to 50, not the biggest deal. Soul Catcher now spreads its amplification evenly among all the enemies in the AoE. Pretty cool. Replace Respawn talent with minus 1.5 second cooldown on Shadow Poison, which is nice as well. Pretty nice Shadow Poison changes and stuff for Shadow Demon. Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend level 25 talent from 125 Shadow Raise damage to 150. Okay, not a bad talent. Buff. I think the attack rate is still probably better, but anyway, that's fine. Shadow Shaman. Base damage increased by 6. That's big, especially for early game harassment and stuff. Mass Cerbid Ward base attack range increased by 50 and replaced the Respawn talent with 4 extra ward summon. So this is all around just great buff to Shadow Shaman, and I'm interested to see him make a resurface to the meta. Especially now we have like Lycan in the meta, Death Prophet's still kind of viable. Yeah, push rats could be a thing again, hey? There's a lot of pushy style heroes coming slowly but surely back into the meta, which I like. Silencer. Rework Silencer Scepter. Glaives now pierce spell immunity and deal 100% more damage against silence units. This is like a buff to core Silencer because like support Silencer doesn't really give a shit about glaives all that much. It's kind of good. You're going to be outputting a lot of damage through BKB with your glaives and 100% more damage against silence units. So that's like at 6 seconds of your global silence with silence it's just howling glaives at you. It's pretty good. I think the old scepter was really good though. But anyway, that's an interesting change regardless. Skywrath Mage, level 15 talent from plus 75 damage to plus 10% lifesteal. I guess that's pretty cool. But why did they take away the damage talent, man? I like that damage talent. Anyway, it's all good. Slock, intelligence gain reduced from 1.9 to 1.7. Holy shit, Slock had 3. Yo, Slock just had a moment to shine at Kiev Major and already. Ice Frog. Bam, bam, bam. Get nerfed, son. What can you do? Spectre. Okay, now before we get to what they changed about Haunt and the nerf, let's talk about the patch in general, okay? So they reintroduced the jungle camps and stuff. So Spectre's already at a disadvantage compared to other carriers because she just can't farm the jungle efficiently. Now they go in and nerf Horn cooldown from 140, 130, 120 to 180 seconds at level 1, 150 and 120. I think that nerf was really uncalled for. Yes, Spectre had a great showing at Kiev, really strong hero at the moment in 7.05, but like I think the changes to the map would have been enough to settle the hero down a little bit compared to other heroes, and this nerf was kind of uncalled for, but what can you do? For Breaker, replace respawn talent to plus 30% greater bash damage at level 20. Yeah, whatevs. Sven. Now Sven, before we get to his actual changes, he got buffed from having a full jungle to farm again. So you can, and buffed to MOM, so he can be pretty relevant again now. I think he can farm. He could be a good hero again. No teams are really giving Sven love for like since 7.0 started. IG sort of picked him up every now and again, but yeah, maybe he'll get picked up. God Strength now grants a bonus 16, 24, and 40 strength when activated. Holy shit! That's pretty cool. And then they just rescaled attack bonus. God Strength attack bonus reduced from 150, 100, 150, and 200% to 80, 120, and 60. But that makes sense because you get strength now too. All in all, I think that's a nice change to Sven. Techies respawn talent taken away, of course, and 250 attack damage at level 25. Who cares? It's Goblin Techies, for God's sake. Templar Assassin agility gain reduced from 2.7 to 2.3. Not the greatest thing ever, to be honest. And obviously, the respawn talent was swapped with 8 mild armor reduction. Sorry, minus 8 mild armor reduction. That's kind of sad about the IG gain nerf on TA. Like, it's been slowly coming back into the meta. It was really strong last patch, especially pick it up 4th or 5th after the enemy has a mid. But yeah, I don't think it's game breaking or anything like that. We'll just have to wait and see. Metamorphosis movement speed loss increased from 25 to 30. The obligatory thanks OG. Tidehunter. Gush mana cost rescaled from 120 to 90, 100, 110, and 120. A nice little, makes Tidehunter's life a little easier with the spell in the early game, which is quite nice. And Aghanim Gush now does a small ground reveal on units that are hit. Not quite sure what that means. Oh, so maybe in fog and stuff, if the Gush hits something, I don't know if it gives vision, but it would give like a ground reveal. That'd be pretty cool if that's how it works. I'm not sure if it gives vision or not anyway. Tiny, base damage increased by 4, and growing increases cardiac exterior chance by 6, 8, 10%. Holy shit, 10% is a lot extra on like already. What is Craggy's proc chance anyway? Tiny Dota 2. Craggy exterior. Proc chance 25%. Okay, not the fattest thing ever, but extra 10%. That's a 35% chance to proc Craggy. That's pretty rough. So nice. Tiny's also been receiving little by little buffs every year and there, all the time, which is pretty cool. Tree and Protector. Nature's Guise now applies a full disarming root rather than a bash on attack. Oy vey, so they're taking away the bash. But a root is good now too. Like roots are is a nice mechanic at the moment. So It's kind of big, but not the biggest thing ever. I don't think. Replace respawn talent to plus 40 elite siege damage plus heal at level 25. That's kind of irrelevant, I think. Improved consistency of ice shards when Tusk. Improved ice consistency of ice shard when pushing units in and out of the shards on impact. Ice shards now starts the blocker at the cast location rather than centering the blockers around the cast location. Ice shards cast range increased by 200. Ice shards speed increased by from 1100 to 1200, which is nice overall balancing and buffing of Tusk. Oh, okay, so the extra range is just because of how the shards used to work before. So that's fine. I think that's pretty cool. Tusk also we haven't seen for quite a while in the meta, but he was getting picked up in Kiev quite a bit. So yeah, he's already starting to make his resurgence, so that's quite nice. Underlord, atrophy aura damage reduction rescaled from 4, 16, 28, 40 to 7, 18, 29, 40%. I guess that's kind of nicer in the lane. Level 1 atrophy does more. Atrophy aura counter now lingers through death. What does that mean? Not too sure. Added Underlord Aghanim Skepta. Atrophy aura bonus damage is now granted to nearby allied heroes for half of the bonuses. Atrophy aura bonus damage duration increased by 40 seconds. Whoa! That's a pretty nice axe. To quote Nahaz word for word, it's kind of like a draw aura. But yeah, that's cool. That's a nice little axe for him. I remember back in the day when, Aghanim Scepter used to actually upgrade the ultimates. But yeah, I'm not complaining about the changes. Just gotta make my sarcastic comments. Undying, replace respawn talent with 15 HP regen. We discussed this already, and I think it's good. At level 10, 15 HP regen is really considerable. Just trade hits, can do undying things. It's good on the hero. Ursa base damage reduced by 3. Thanks has to go to Virtus Pro for that. No one just wrecking people on the Ursa. Put some fear in Ice Frog's heart for the hero. Vengeful Spirit, Wave of Terror cooldown rescaled from 20, 20, 18, and 16. I guess that's okay. And Vengeance Aura reduced from 10, 20, 28, 36 to 10, 18, 26, 34. Not the biggest changes ever. Like 2% extra damage gone. Not the worst thing. I mean, still a good hero. Still viable. Venomancer, respawn talent taken away, of course. And 40% poison sting slow at 25. 14%. Yeah, could be good. Haven't seen it used or tested out. I haven't tested it out yet. Viper Strike now deals its first tick of damage immediately. That's kind of good, I guess. And Viper Strike cooldown rescaled from 75, 50, 30 to 60, 45, 30. Yeah, little buffs to Viper there. I mean, that's pretty good. I think the hero needs them. He's not in a great space at the moment. Grave Chill duration increased from 3, 4, 5, 6 to 3.25, 4.5, 5.7, 5.75, and 7. And of course the double solo champion double strike instead of the respawn talent. Warlock, chaotic offering mana cost increased from 200, 300, 400 to 250, 350, 450. That's not a big deal at all, man. Warlock, been a great hero this past 2 patches, and it's still going to be a good hero this patch. And then his respawn talent taken away, and he summons a golem when he dies now, man. I don't know who doesn't think that's awesome. I think that's funniest change just yet. I like it. Wind Ranger, level 20 talents are now Windrun grants invisibility. Oh, that's pretty nice. And 120 power shot damage. And level 25 talents are now 30% CD reduction or 150 attack range. Winter Wyvern, Winter's Curse attack speed from 70 to 85, and replace respawn talent with an extra second in Cold Embrace. That's not a change I like. That's not a talent I like too much. Skepta now additionally, Witch Doctor. Skepta now additionally provides True Strike to Death Ward, and replace respawn talent with 2 cast bounces. I think the Scepter giving True Strike on Death Ward is pretty nice, and the cast bounces are not the worst talent I've seen. It's a very Witch Doctor relevant, which is nice. Wraith King. Level 20 talent from 200 strength to... Sorry, did I say 200 strength? I meant 20 strength. My bad. Level 20 talent from 20 strength to 10% vampiric? Or 10% more lifesteal aura. Level 25 talent from 20% vampiric aura lifesteal to reincarnation cast Wraith Fire Blast. Now, I don't know who of you have seen the gifs of this, but this is amazing. I have to show it to you. White Room ready. Here we go. This is the Magnus one. This is the Queen of Pain one. Oh, this is it. Oh no, wrong one. Alright, I'm looking for this thing. Here we go. Okay, the quality of this GIF isn't the greatest thing, but look at that. That's pretty great. Just go to Wycombe Reddy's Twitter, and you can check out all these things. I put the link to all these animations and stuff in the chat. So just go check out his Twitter when you download the game. The link's in the description. Zeus replace respawn talent with 0.5 mini bolt lightning stun. Woohoo! But yeah, that's it for my patch analysis, if you can call it analysis. I was just going through the patch with you guys. It was quite fun. It's my first one ever. Tell me what you think in the comments below about the patch. Like, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Like, that was my opinion and my theories on the patch, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. So comment below on my YouTube, tweet me at KChickDay, or just go comment on the Facebook page that I post that I made about this, and then let me know what you think. Thanks all for tuning in, and bye bye.